Hey, Brian,
What's up, dude?
you're on the wrong side today. What the hell?
I know we're changing things up. It's because I was late. And I do apologize to everybody. I was talking to a customer, and as people that know me that I talk a lot and
A
we're late.
lot? Not
We're
at
late.
all. Brian McVeigh.
We
does
are
not
late
talk a
because of
lot.
that. You know what? When somebody calls me, they are the most important thing going on right now, and we're not done with the conversation until we're done with the conversation. So,
Yeah, I was sitting here watching him talk.
and I was talking to a fellow Kansan, but it wasn't about the Royals. It wasn't about the Chiefs. It was about big backs. Lots of big backs.
Anyways, Mr. McVeigh, how was your weekend?
What?
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. Spent a lot of money.
We drove to Roseville, where my buddy lives. We had a party for him because he doesn't have cancer. Well, his chemo's done and he doesn't have cancer anymore, so we had a big surprise party for him. And he finished golf and then came to the surprise party.
Oh,
It
that's
was
awesome.
nice. We stayed in a hotel up there, and then it was cool because I didn't have to go to any of the kids' sports, and it was kind of nice not having a weekend of kids' sports. So it was a good time. What about you?
I'm getting ready to start Project 2025. 2024 was a deck. This year it's going to be a 1,200 linear foot fence around the back of the property, back 2/3 of the property. So yeah,
A fence.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
only like just parts. I mean, my labor's free. I can't charge the wife. I try to. She says no.
He
But
doesn't pay you.
no.
Today we're going to talk about the East Coast Christmas show and all the cool stuff going on there. You think we should play the intro and get into that?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
This is a Matos Designs production.
And I am not done. Mark my
I
word.
like your line, and I like your prices. But there's a problem. There's no guarantee on the box.
You can't hang out with chickens and expect to soar with eagles.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
An electrician got your light worker. And now your hosts,
JR and Brian.
Oh, we can handle it. We're professionals.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
Maybe this is the way we should be because in our intro video, this is how our heads are in the cutout.
Oh, that's true.
It is.
That is. That's awesome.
So,
Oh, yeah, we got people joining. Sorry, I'm late.
oh, it's okay.
Willie.
Brian was late too. It's all right. Cool little thing is next week, right? We're headed to East Coast Christmas show that I'm pretty excited about. It's the newest DIY focused show put on, but this one is actually put on by a professional company who does shows all over the place. Same people that put on Trans World is putting on this one. So it's going to be well organized and it's going to look super cool. I've made a bunch of posts about it, talking about how going to something like this makes you realize you're not as dorky and weird as you thought you were.
We
So-
are still in our own way.
So I don't know how Brian's first time at a trade show was, but I know mine. I took Cecilia with me. We went to Trans World the first time they had Christmas. I did not have a booth, but I was kind of in a booth. I've been in a booth technically every year of Trans World before we had Matos and stuff, but we were debuting the Matos Orchard collection with Boscoyo of all the printed props.
Mhm.
And it was so cool walking in there and seeing so many more people that are into the same thing you're into.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And like, you were like all on the same page. You weren't that weird guy talking about Christmas lights at a party. You were like all talking about Christmas lights. And it
Oh,
was
yeah.
pretty freaking awesome. I don't know about you, Brian, but what was your first time?
Well, the first time is actually when we didn't. I was supposed to go in 2020, of course, COVID. 2021, my brother and I drove down from Kansas City, and him and I went, and it was a lot of stuff to see. I mean, we walked the floor, I don't know how many different times in the 3 days or 4 days, and saw something new every time. So it's very awesome. I got to quiet my phone. But yeah, I don't want to say overwhelming. That's the wrong word, but there's a lot to take in. So, and especially, I mean, the Halloween side is, of course, it was established, a long time before that, and it's absolutely huge. And then the Christmas side, it seems like every year it gets bigger and bigger. So I can't wait to see what they did in the East Coast one.
Yeah,
So,
they just announced that the trade show floor is completely sold out.
yep, I did see that.
That's like 250 vendors.
Mhm.
Now, there's going to be a lot of them in Halloween because,
Yeah.
again, this was a Halloween show that they tagged Christmas in on. But there's going to be so much cool shit to see there. Like, if you haven't bought tickets yet, you should probably buy tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's a cool experience. And hanging out with Christmas people is pretty awesome.
And it's open to the public. You don't have to be a vendor or a show organizer or anything like that
Yeah.
for like a drive-through or anything like
Anybody
that.
can
It's
go.
open
If you
to
live close
absolutely
to there,
anybody.
if you live close to there, show up.
Definitely.
Oh, it's going to be an awesome time. We're staying at a pretty cool. Normally, staying at the hotel, the host hotel, is the thing to do because everybody hangs out in the lobby and you meet a bunch of friends and stuff. The whole crew, except for Cecilia and my mom, is going on this trip.
Rochelle can't make it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole guy crew pretty much is going on this trip, and it was expensive to get hotel rooms for everybody. So we got a really cool Airbnb, really cool. After East Coast, we will share some photos and videos and stuff of our cool Airbnb. It is still a surprise to my guys, so we're not going to talk about it much, but
I have been getting messages since last week's podcast. So what about this? And I'm like, I ain't saying nothing, Bobby.
But the one thing that everybody knows, because I keep sending them gifts of it, there is one bunk bed in this whole thing. So that is the one thing. There's
Old
a bunk
fat guy
bed.
goes on the bottom.
Well, Elijah, he's the young guy, goes on top. We've already established that Elijah gets the top bunk. Trying to climb up a ladder. It's not going to cut it.
Oh, spill the beans about the Airbnb. Not happening, Bobby. Bobby's hitting me up.
Oh. And we get to see our buddy Brian Michael there.
Yeah, there you go.
He'll be there. He lives close by, so he'll definitely be there hanging out. The cool thing we're doing, it's a Saturday, Sunday show. So, which I think is really cool for a DIY show. You don't have to take time off work if you live close or whatnot. But, and we get to set up a little bit Thursday, all day Friday. So we're done hopefully by Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
And we are, as a crew, going to the Hershey Park thing. This one, I've never been there. And why not? So we're signed up to go on the tour thing for Hershey Park. But don't freak out if you sign up and you don't see us, because we're driving ourselves, because just in case we don't get done in time for the bus with setting up the booth, we'll get there. So we're driving ourselves there. And then after that, we're going to our sponsored party at Arnold's, which I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah.
I am going to try to get Tom Bettengeorge there because I need a rematch from Mississippi go-kart racing.
Yeah, when he put you in the mud.
Oh, he didn't put me in his mud. His customer put me in the puddle. If you don't know anything, me and Tom are a little competitive, and we both kind of know how to drive go-karts. He went to a place close by pretty regularly and raced go-karts. As a child, I raced quarter midgets. So we both know how to race. And in Mississippi, we raced with everybody. And I beat Tom. Well, I beat everybody, right? So me and Tom had a race again. And 90% of our group decided no, they were done. They were tired. They're sweaty. They were not racing again. So they all watched us. Me, Tom, and not his name, but he was one of Tom's customers. Tom did a drive-through for him. We raced again. And we're going and going, and then Tom's customer pushes me into a puddle like 2 laps in. I get soaked. Muddy puddle, too. My checkered Vans were brown. Like, I was soaked. Well, also, I could never get back up to speed again because the tires got wet, and, like, I was sliding in every corner, so Tom just
I so wish I would have got a video of it.
I know. Tom smoked me in that race. So, Tom, I want a rematch in the go-kart racing at Arnold's on Friday night. So, I expect to see you there and be ready. You're still the same size you've always been. I'm a little bit heavier, but I still want to I want a rematch. Calling you out.
Oh, man.
But yeah, and Arnold should be cool. Matos Designs is sponsoring that party, so should be a good time. They got a full bar, go-karts, bowling alley, arcade, all kinds of stuff. So it looks like a good time. That's like the official after party to like the Fright Tours and the Hershey Park thing. So we will definitely be there for that. It's going to be great.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff there. I mean, you got bowling, billiards, basketball games, bar.
Yeah,
that's where I'll be. I'll be thinning my blood, but yeah, it's going to be awesome there.
Oh, Brian says it's 2 hours to get to Hershey Park. Good to know. Thank you.
Is that East Coast driving or West Coast driving? Because that's 2 different worlds.
That is true. I more need to know the mileage. How many miles is it? And I'll tell you how fast I'll get there. So, what else? Oh, if you want to comment on here, if you would like to be put in a group chat, and in the group chat, we'll kind of like post what we're gonna do on nights. Like if we're going to this restaurant, or we're going to go hang out at this bar, or we're going to go do this, that way, if it's your first time there or you've never been there before, you have people to hang out with.
Yeah.
So if you want to be in the group chat, comment in here that you want to be in the group chat, and we'll make a group chat and add you into it on Facebook Messenger. That way you can kind of always be included on what's going on, where stuff is. If we're too hungover to go out again. So, stuff like that. Because
the
only thing we totally have scheduled so far is Friday night. Saturday night, we have completely open. We're probably going to go to dinner and go out. I don't know. See how it goes. But that's usually how trade shows go with us. Or find the hotel everybody's staying at and hang out with them. Something. We'll figure it out. And then we're all there Sunday night, too. So we'll Brian Michaels once added to the chat.
Okay, Brian. Yeah, I'll start working on that, Brian. I'll work on that this afternoon.
Michael. Yeah. And then we're there Sunday night on this show too. So we'll also be doing stuff Sunday night. If things go well, there will be a private Matos Designs dinner. Kind of my tradition. We find a steakhouse and go to it, as we did good at this show, kind of thing. But after that, we'll hang out with everybody. So we got that. Let's see. I made notes today for the show. Well, it's mostly because I had time, because Brian was just talking to customers on the phone while we were trying to do this. So the other cool things, like, Brian, what classes are you looking forward to at this show?
If I could take classes, I I would always take, and I know I've been doing X Lights since 2018, but there's so much to it. I would definitely take the one that Clyde Lindsay's doing for the beginner sequencing in X Lights, because no matter how much you know about X Lights and sequencing, there's always more to watch. There's always more to learn. I mean, and Clyde does a really good job with that. He talks about as much as I do, so it won't have any dead air time or anything like that. But I mean, there's so many, it's hard to decide which ones to take. A lot of them, you know, some of them kind of overlap a little bit, but not crazy bad. I would, well, I don't need to do the going viral with Kyle Bostic because I have enough people out here. I'm already.
Oh, come on, Brian. If you went viral, it wouldn't get any more people to your house. You already have everybody in Montana going.
I have people that drive 86 miles to come up to my show because I'm the only, they thought I was the only one. And I'm like, no, you got one right in Helena.
So now this class doesn't necessarily so here's the thing. These are classes we would want to take. Me and Brian will never have a time to take class. Right. Normally, I don't have time to teach a class, but I'm making an exception this time. So very rare chance to have me teach a class. But I kind of want to take the Lightorama class because we have so many customers that are Lightorama people, and I don't know anything about it.
I don't either.
So like Aubrey's class and like Marcus and oh my God, I had it written down, but now I don't. But like all the LOR classes, I would love a chance to sit in them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Aubrey does an awesome job with it. I mean, she knows totally inside and out.
Well, when you go from like somebody who's sequenced all the time, and then now knowing how everything works on making the software, like it's the best person you could have teach anything. And the other Nino, like doing the LOR with the DMX and stuff, like those are all things I would like to take because I would like to know how to help my customers who have LOR understand how our products work better. Because I've played with LOR a little bit and I figured it out, but I would like to know like the actual professional way of doing LOR so we could help customers out and maybe they could talk me into changing. I don't know, but I would like to take the class and see. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, I don't need to take Tom's class on how to create a drive-through and commercial holiday light display. Kind of know how to do that, and I kind of already got pointers from him. So, like I got the inside track of that class, so it's gonna be really good. Because he is great at teaching all this stuff. He knows what the heck he's doing. He's done some of the world's biggest drive-throughs ever. And he's super knowledgeable about everything because, well, hell, I'll ask him questions too about shit. So,
oh, heck yeah.
You know? So, yeah, that class is super cool. And then, yeah, the going viral with Kyle. Yeah,
Well, it's not only going viral. It's setting up like the social media, like your Facebook page, like you and I have for our show. Well, I have. Yeah, I think you did away with yours from the Orchard, but
it still exists. You know, we just don't do anything on it.
Just don't do anything on it. But I mean, I still have. I mean, I get tons of messages on there, especially when I put out there that I'm going to be dark this year and stuff. So, or not this year. I'm not going to be dark. Last year, but I mean, it's a good place for people to find out if you have certain show times, or like my buddy does down in Helena. What Ben does is he puts the playlist on, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. He's doing this playlist. He's doing that playlist on the other days, or even days or odd days. So, which is really good because then somebody can go on the Facebook page and, well, maybe I'm not really into the traditional Christmas songs. I want the new Christmas song.
Yeah.
I want to, stuff like that. So it's really good for that. Setting that up and filming your display is probably the biggest, I would say, on there, because it's all what you put out to the people, if they want to come check it out and stuff. And
yeah.
I mean,
So I would definitely, if you were doing a display, take Kyle's class for sure. And Jordan Nash is teaching. Did you know that?
I just saw that. I did not know he was doing that. So
He is my favorite teacher. I don't get to go to a lot of classes at events because just I'm in my booth and stuff like that. But I have a couple times snuck away and gone and sit in a class for a little while. And it's always been Jordan's class because I always want to learn how to do projection mapping, and that's usually what he's teaching.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
But Jordan is an excellent teacher because he is like super into stuff, like, and will explain everything. And he's just a really cool guy. But he's doing intros to controllers and receivers, which that's a pretty good one. Like, that's cool. There's a little confusion on my part here. Like, we have Jordan Nash, right? Super smart guy, could do a lot of classes, right? But he's teaching about controllers.
Mhm.
But then we got a controller guy teaching about making Koro props. Like, why isn't the Koro guy teaching a class about making Koro props and the controller guy teaching a controller class? It just doesn't make sense. But whatever.
Yeah, it's a little, little.
But Jordan
little bass
Nash knows
backwards.
everything. Jordan Nash knows all the controllers. He also knows how to do things with Adrenos and Pies, and
Oh,
I'll talk
he-
to Jordan about something, and he'll be like, "Oh, just do this," and I'll be like, "Huh." So he's going to be able to teach you all kinds of cool stuff. I would probably need help on all that from Jordan, which is cool. Like, a lot of these people that are teaching classes are like the people in my text messages for
Mhm.
when I need help.
Oh yeah,
Because that tells you, like, if the guys who do this for a living are texting these people for help, like, these are the people you want to learn from. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Or I don't know anything either.
Well,
way. But
and another big one, another big one that I really like is Jeffrey Holmes with designing, finding a theme for your show. Because I have never, I mean, I'm not a big Disney person. I live in Montana. I mean, my theme would be, mountains and skylines and stuff. So for me to find a theme for my area, I think that would be an awesome one to do. I mean, so many people do the,
well,
if
it's
the
slow
Disney
enough
theme.
on Saturday during that class because everybody's in that class, maybe Brian, you should go over there because we had Jeffrey as the keynote speaker in SoCal. And that was a couple years ago. And the stuff that he was talking about on finding a theme and stuff like that in your display, hell, I went home with like notebooks and trying to figure out how to make it. Because
that
exactly
was
what he was saying is what I've always tried to accomplish, but never been able to pull it off. And I think like this class here would probably be freaking awesome because he's really good at that. Like his company, which I think is the coolest name ever, the Ironwood and Glitter, but usually goes by IWG, is pretty freaking awesome because that is 100% Jeffrey Holmes. Like if you've ever met him, he's probably the guy in the glitter jacket or the glitter hat or something. But makes the coolest displays and is one of the coolest guys I know. And I really appreciate him because he went through the drive-thru I built 100% myself. Christmas in the Park, he came through and told me it was amazing. And that was the greatest compliment I've ever gotten about my drive-thru when he went through. And I was like, thank you. That was great. Like, that was cool. And the thing is, too, is like, we knew each other then, but we weren't like good friends. So that even was like, it wasn't like when Brian says something I did was great. One, me and Brian are like really good friends and I pay him. So half the time I can't believe what he tells
But
me.
you don't pay me to say it's great, just like before, because there's some stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. You don't like some of the products we're bringing to East Coast. I see that.
I just said they're interesting. I didn't.
We have to talk about what you thought was interesting. But
I didn't put a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
So,
just
Jeffrey's
anyways.
class, I think, is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed on the list of classes, though, that I thought was very cool. Chuck Smith is teaching the class. Now, I don't know if you guys know who Chuck Smith is, but Chuck Smith started Planet Christmas. Planet Christmas was like a forum for old timers. Well, not really. I guess I'm getting old, but you know, like you went on there and like you talked Christmas, and then it like evolved and like they were gonna do a meetup thing. Well, that meetup turned into Christmas Expo. So Chuck Smith is like the creator of Christmas Expo, and now he's teaching a class at the East Coast Christmas show. So you should probably go to the East Coast Christmas show because that says a lot of stuff right there. Just saying. You know, and Chuck Smith, when the last time I saw him, looked like Santa. So his class on how to be a great Santa is probably going to be a good class. Just
Gonna be
saying.
spot on. Yeah, yeah.
So
That's for me. That was about it on Saturday. That kind of caught my eye.
yeah, there's a lot of cool classes on
So,
Saturday.
I mean, the landscape lighting, that would be cool. You know, if you were gonna.
Well,
put the
you know what's cool that East
out.
Coast is doing for anybody who is wanting to do lights commercially. They have a whole free set of classes on commercial Christmas lights. You can get certificates and all this stuff. A whole set of free classes on commercial Christmas lights. And I want to say, what is that? The installer series. It's on Friday and Saturday, right? But it's all free.
Mhm.
So if you want to get into commercial installs, hit up that installer series, get your certificates and all your stuff for that. I've been to a lot of installer shows that are very, very expensive to go to for the people going to them. And the classes are on top of that in some cases. So for the guys at Transworld and all these teachers to do all these classes for free with certificates, that's just huge. Like, even if you're just thinking about doing installs, like maybe you're not an installer yet, but you want to, this is a perfect place to go learn about it to see if this is something you're going to want to do. Because them doing that is pretty awesome. You know?
Yeah, and that is all day Friday. That's from 8:30 in the morning until 6 p.m.
Yeah, and that's like what these intensive, like installer only shows do. These constant classes and certificates and stuff like that. And you're going to be able to do that for free with some like super great teachers. The same people that teach at these other things too. Like, and I'm not going to go through them all because I'm going to screw up who's actually teaching and stuff like that because I've talked to everybody about this before. But I know like Josh and Zach, I know they're teaching. We've talked about this with them. And I know there's Matt and a few other guys teaching stuff.
Yeah.
I think Matt's I don't know. I don't want to go through the list of people teaching because I don't actually have the list, but I do know that there is some great teachers on it. And there's some great people behind the scenes involved with making this happen. So if you're thinking about being an installer, definitely hit up those classes. Those are going to be awesome. And so you want to go into like Sunday classes?
Yeah,
Like
we can.
Bill Porter, any Bill Porter class,
Super smart.
I definitely want to attend. He's like a rocket scientist. Well, technically, but he works for the Navy. So he's got a lab coat, everything. I don't know if he's going to wear the lab coat for this class, but
I saw multiple pictures from Florida. He had the lab coat on the whole time.
He's also one of the biggest guys I know.
That's a fact.
So at Florida, Ken had Koro, and he had Koro swords, right? And he had like a full-size sword and like this little sword. And I wanted to make one of those TikTok videos with Bill, and I told him, but I had to leave before we could do it. But I wanted to like hand him the big sword, and then have him take like and have it the little sword, because that's exactly how it would look in real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of our other friends is teaching in class. You see that? Nick.
Well, they're all.
Oh my!
I saw Nick was in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Nick Johnson is teaching how to do permanent lights, which that's pretty cool because that's what he does. Besides driving James crazy at Pasquale. Actually, I don't think he drive James crazy, but
Not as much as you.
yeah, I'm the one who drives James the most crazy. But that's a super good class to do with the permanent lights. I would definitely do that.
I really like that singing characters in X Lights with, again, Clyde. I love him to death. He's awesome. But so many questions I get from my end of it is, well, how do I do singing faces? Well, I've only done singing faces 1 year, and that was 4 years ago, and I still have them sitting up in the garage. I need to get them back out there, but it has changed so much from when I did it 4 years ago until how it is now, especially with I think the Queen Mary plugins. It's like a piece of cake, but he'll explain all that. He's awesome with it. That would be a really good one to do.
Now, even if you're not an LOR person, but you want to be taught by a Disney Imagineer anything, or if you just want to meet one, I want to take Marcus's class. I don't know how many people know this, but he's a legitimate Disney Imagineer. So
Very cool.
if you're not doing LOR, but you want to take a class by an Imagineer, you should probably take Marcus' class. Just saying. You might learn some stuff from how LOR works if you're not an LOR person. But Marcus is probably one of the smartest people I know. And he's really awesome. But I have one downside to him and Disney Imagineering part with him. Is that weld at Disneyland is still, no matter how many times I complain to everybody I know that works at Disney and to Imagineers, nobody has fixed that weld on Space Mountain. That weld is still shitty and horrible, and I wish I could pull a photo up here and show you. But even Marcus, last time he was there, he sent me a photo of the weld still looking bad. The only gripe I have that he has not hit that up the chain to get repaired, because it's on stainless too, and it's horrible. Like, I almost want to smuggle in a grinder and a red pad and fix it, because it's like brushed stainless, and this weld is just horrible. It's just so bad. Anyways, let's not go down my horrible weld at Disneyland.
Well, see, the only thing that is coming up is like, man, if you've gone to Disney so many times that you notice a weld every time you go, then...
No, it's in line for Space Mountain, and you're standing there for a long time, and you see these nice stainless doors, and you see this weld.
Oh, you get...
Oh, wait, Jordan! See, Jordan Nash is backing me up. He knows.
Oh, man.
The weld is so bad. See, Nash knows.
He knows, yep.
That's funny that he just commented, because I'm just about to say, see, you know how before I said he needed to teach projection mapping because he's really good at it? Guess what?
Yep.
He's teaching projection mapping.
Of course he's going to teach it. He's not going to go to a show and not teach it.
So
I was just thrown off because I didn't look at the Sunday classes.
Yeah, you should definitely take Jordan Nash's projection mapping class, because
what
he's
he
done
did
some
with
projects that I don't know. I'm not going to talk about them because I don't know if he's allowed to talk about them. But some of these videos I've seen of stuff he's done has blown my mind.
Well, just the one on his house was absolutely incredible. His Small World.
So,
I mean,
this is how good this guy is at projection mapping. We walked into a bar one night, and within 5 minutes, his laptop's open. He climbed a ladder, plugged into the projector on the roof, and he mapped their logo on the wall and did all this projection mapping within like 2 hours of us being in the bar. It looked freaking amazing by the time we left.
Well, what was the small miniature house that he mapped while we were at the SoCal 3 years ago? It was incredible. I mean, he had a crowd behind him watch him map the miniature house out that was just absolutely incredible.
Well, he had a crowd at the bar watching him too, because who busts out a laptop and maps a logo on the wall in a bar that's open? The bar was not closed. The bar was open. This was a night. People were there drinking. Jordan Nash was projection mapping on the wall, which was very impressive. The speed he did it. And then he was like, oh no, it was easy. It was just this. But I could stay there for 2 days and never figure out what he just did. So he'll teach you how to do it and all that good stuff, because he's one of the best at projection mapping for sure.
Bar none.
Like he's done some really cool stuff that maybe I could talk about, but maybe not. But he'll probably tell you what he could talk about in the class. But I've seen some cool videos of stuff that just was like, wow. So, and he does all kinds of cool stuff from everything he does in his real world job, which is doing everything. So it's pretty awesome. He was behind the whole like making the show work at Florida. Like he was the guy at the control panel for all that stuff. He does the Family Feud game. That was his
I can hear him right now. Oh my gosh, will you guys stop talking?
I know. We probably talked about Jordan Nash a little too much for Jordan Nash's liking. Jordan Nash.
Yeah, he's got his own theme song even.
Yeah. All right. So the other thing, the DMX class by Kyle, BF Life shows, which that's a great class because, well, he's really good at the DMX stuff. Well, you've seen what he's done with our Phoenix Rays on the lower eve of his Haas. No, Jordan. What did you say?
I'm sorry, I put it up.
Yeah, we were stopping, but now we're going to talk about you because you commented. But Kyle is awesome with his moving heads and other DMX stuff, like adding the snow machines and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Super cool. He's done some cool stuff with the snow machines, the Froggy Frog ones, Froggy's Frog. And he's done some cool stuff with our Phoenix Rays. Stuff that we sent him. He put it on his like lower eaves of his house and is doing all crazy stuff, keeping up with his indoor heads, which I thought was pretty cool. And then he used those same heads at his drive-through, which also he could be teaching stuff about controllers and everything else too, because he did his own drive-through this year, which for a first year, just going from a house to a drive-through was amazing. So that was awesome. So he's got a lot of knowledge. That's a great class.
I know you're not going to mention it, but I'm going to mention it. The Mega Tree building class with our one and only JR Mattos.
Oh, well.
So, because I mean, you have come out with some pretty cool shit on Mega Trees and making them work, and going from the one that was in the orchard for the Great Christmas Light Fight to what you have now with the Zeus tree is incredible. So.
Well, thanks, Brian. But yeah, we didn't need to self-promote. That's not my thing.
I'm gonna throw that out there because I think it's a class worth taking for somebody that is getting started in the hobby. And I can't afford one of the big trees. Let me start small and build, because that's what I did. I started out with small 16 by 50 trees that I makeshift with a concrete tub and top rail, and then now they worked into 24 by 100 mega trees, 17 foot. So I think that's a good class to take. So,
and you could win a Zeus mega tree in it. So if you attend it, you could.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Now I'm definitely taking it.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to cover, it's not going to be a Mattos mega tree class. We're going to cover everything from making your own out of rigid conduit, not EMT. Just saying. And then thanks, Ron. Of course, we're going to add you in the chat.
I already have him written down.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
The regular crew's in the chat, Ron.
Yeah.
But we're going to cover everything from like a quality DIY tree you can build yourself with products. We're going to cover other tree kits you could buy. It will include our tree kit in there. And then like what professional tree kits you could buy if you doing professional. We're going to cover it all, how to build your own, what to look for when you're buying stuff and stuff like that. It's not a Mattos tree class. It's just all the knowledge I have in fabrication and everything on what to look for, how to build stuff. You know, I'm inside a shop right here where we build food processing machinery for some of the biggest companies in the world. Like, we know how to fabricate stuff. So I'm just going to share some of my knowledge about fabrication and how to build something that yourself good, or what to look at when you're buying stuff. So, yeah. And then,
Hey, I'm going to throw this up here real quick because I agree 100% with Brian. So, Jordan,
I know
send
we
me
need a new interview with Mr. Nash.
We do. We haven't done that in a while. So,
Yeah.
Jordan,
Well,
send me a message.
Yeah, we'll see if Mr. Nash has time for us to talk about him for an
He's
hour.
a busy man.
The other thing, another LOR class, definitely I want to take because it's talking about DMX and stuff, and that's what I want to be able to help my customers do who use LOR, use some of our DMX stuff like our fountains and our moving heads and stuff like that. And Nino is the coolest guy I know. He's super awesome. I hang out with him in other shows. We talk, we BS. He's just a really cool, down to earth guy. So his class is probably going to be pretty awesome. But yeah, that's all the classes. That seems pretty good. I think it's going to be a great time. So now, I think most people might want to know what we're bringing, because we're going to have a. Are you lost? What are you doing, Brian?
No, I'm.
You got the
looking to
beard.
see
You're
if
pulling
there
it
was-
down, and you're looking confused.
Oh, I'm gonna play with that always. No, I was looking to see if there was any Sunday, if there was anything down for Sunday. So, because I hadn't looked that far ahead. So, but I don't see anything for Sunday night. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I didn't look. So we're gonna have a lot of cash and carry at the show. We're not on the East Coast much often, so we will be. Bobby, you're gonna be in the chat.
We got you, man.
So we're bringing a lot of cash and carry, a lot of cool stuff. But we're also at the show and ordering at the show, because I don't like to have Brian have a break at the show. You will get 10% off all pre-orders. Everything you pre-order at the show will be 10% off. Okay? And we also have other deals at the show. So let me go through a brief list of all the stuff we're bringing for cash and carry. There will be some stuff added to this as we've put this all in the crate, which we got to finish today so we can leave.
Yes, you do.
But if the crate has more room, we'll throw some more stuff in there. But this is as allotted room. We will be having a bunch of RGB decor stuff like snowflakes, candy canes, the deer, the neon arches. We got a bunch of cases of neon arches going in. MD 1500s. We got a couple of cases of those going in there. So we'll have those for you guys to cash and carry. We'll have a bunch of assortment of our mounts, cling mounts, easy mountain pros, siding mounts, all that stuff in there. We're going to have a ton of our 12-volt motors and then aluminum motor accessories, a bunch of that stuff. Then we're also going to have our D8IR Dragon receivers without the power supplies. But here's the cool part. You buy 2 of those, you get one of them free. So you're going to go home with three D8IRs. That's 16 plus 8 ports to add to your show.
I'm taking 2 right away and putting them in my bag. So
you will need to buy waterproof power supplies and solder them onto the plug. Yeah, supplied to put them on there. But it's going to be a great deal. And then here's the other thing, too. You spend more than $150 at the show on in-stock stuff that we brought there, you will get a 10-pack of input-only candy cane, RGB decor candy canes for free.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's like $100.
Yeah.
So you spend more than $150 there on stuff that we brought, you get those.
Nice.
And here's the thing that's happened at shows before. Like everybody at Expo will be like, oh, I'm going to buy it on Sunday so it's cheaper because I know JR doesn't want to take it home. guess what? I got this big ass crate I got to ship home anyways, and it's
If
going to
it don't
cost the
sell, it
same
don't.
empty or full. So there is no extra discount on the stuff I'm bringing on Sunday. So get it while it's there, because I guarantee we're going to run out of a lot of this stuff once people has it in hand. So get it first shot. Not going to be deep discounted on Sunday because I got to pay to ship this crate back anyways. So
Yeah, might as well have something in it.
yeah. So I'm not stressing about that. But yeah, East Coast Christmas show, I think it's going to be awesome. I am super stoked that the people at Trans World did this. I think it's going to be great.
It's going to be cool.
I deep down inside hope they start a Halloween show close to the West Coast that Christmas could tag on in, but I know they have the Midwest one, the Halloween show. Maybe Christmas will get tagged into that one day, but maybe in a West Coast one, little West Coast Halloween. But see, that's the thing, is Halloween, it's big in California, but it's nothing compared to what it is in the Midwest and back east. Like, we don't. Like, I got to drive far to find a haunted house that is like a professional, decent one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just not as big. So I could please hope that they'll do a West Coast show, but who knows? But yeah, anything else?
I gotta ask one quick question. Who's gonna help me up the Rocky steps so I can get to the top and do the Rocky pose?
Brian?
Because I mean, I grew up. Now listen, hear me out. I grew up with Rocky when it came out. It was one of the first real movies. I think it came out in 1976. So I'm gonna need help up those stairs. So who's coming with me to that? And we need to figure out a time. And
So Brian, I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
it's a lot of steps.
I've been to Trans World Christmas show since it started. Right?
Never been to the Arch.
I've never been to the Arch. And I've always said, I want to go to the Arch. Well, guess what? I've never done.
Yep,
I've never been to the Arch. So the Rocky Steps are on the list with the Arch.
Well, I'm going. If I got to get up early and go, Bobby, can you take me over there on Sunday morning before the show starts? I got to do it.
Why is Brian passed out in the back of your booth? He went to the Rocky Steps this morning.
I can't remember the name of the monument or the memorial that's up there, but
Brian Michael, if
Michael
you're
will
still
help me out
watching,
with that.
does your like Rite Aid and CVS sell those whippets of oxygen, like the little cans of oxygen? I'm just curious if I need to pack one with me or we could buy one there for Brian. Get him through the rest of the trip.
That's a fact. So, but yeah, definitely want to do that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, it's gonna be an awesome trip. It's gonna be really cool.
I would sign up as soon as you can for classes if you haven't yet, because I do know some of those classes are going to definitely sell out because there is some amazing teachers. And one of them's giving away a Christmas tree, so I'm sure people are going to sign up for their odds to win that. What else do we got, Brian? We got anything else?
That's all I got. That's all I can think of. I mean, and it's not just Christmas. Don't forget about the Halloween classes. Check those out and see if it's something, because a lot of people, go from Halloween into Christmas, especially if they do like the Nightmare Before Christmas. But I couldn't remember it. Almost lost it for a second. But there's a ton of Halloween shows.
Thank you, Bobby, that you're in Florida hanging out, going to Toy Story Mania, and you got to tell us that you're partially.
Oh, I got a picture I could put up.
Nah,
he sent me a picture
of a bad weld at Disney World.
No, I don't think they have that over at on the other side. So
I was secretly trying to find that photo so I could send it to you so you can put it up here. But I don't know where it is. Oh, maybe it's in Marcus' chat. It is. Brian, I'm sending you this. Throw it up on the screen. It has Marcus in it though, because this is when he sent it to me that it was still bad.
Oh my gosh. All right. Hang on. Coming up. I was getting ready to put Bobby's picture up there just to make you jealous, but there
But
you go.
if you haven't signed up for classes, you need to sign up for classes. And then for everybody who was like, "How do you notice a weld?" And look at how bad that weld is. That is stainless, and that weld is. It's like they hit it with the MIG, with like regular, not stainless wire, and it is now rusting a little bit. And they didn't even like clean it well. Like it's just bad. I don't know. That might not have been good to show. I don't know. He had his name badge on and everything. Maybe it's okay. Hopefully it's okay. He sent it to me.
Hopefully it's okay.
But yeah, that weld was so bad. So, but even Marcus can't get it fixed. But sign up for everybody's classes. Everybody on the list for teaching, I think, pretty knowledgeable about what they're teaching for the most part.
Heck yeah.
It's definitely going to be worth your time and money to take these classes, which is pretty cool. Or get I think there's a pass now they're offering that covers everything. That might be something worth it. There's a lot of cool classes. But yeah, definitely hit up the East Coast Christmas show. If you're close, go to it. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have some awesome at-show deals. At-show deals. So that's the important part. So be there and get deals. And we will have some other deals that we'll be announcing on Saturday at the show for purchases made at the show. We will have a nice little sign there. And then there'll be a different deal on Sunday. Not like a better deal than the Saturday deal, just something. There'll be a certain product on Saturday that has a deal for pre-ordering it, and there'll be a certain product on Sunday that has a deal for pre-ordering it. So come by both days, see what the deal is. You might want to buy it. It's not like I'm going to do 10% off today and 15 tomorrow. That sucks. I wouldn't do that to you. I get irritated when people do that to me.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great show. The people that put on Transworld, Rich and Jen, are amazing people. They're going to put on an amazing show. So I'm excited to see what this is going to be like. It's new to us too, but sounds fun. And I'm also excited to see if we will decide to stay at our Airbnb next year when we go to the show or not. So
Same one?
yeah, who knows? Never been there. Looks cool. Could not be. But anyways, could be a horrible decision.
It could.
And some people could be regretting the fact that they canceled their hotel reservations. Oh, that's another one. We have the Stafford, Steve, the other person hanging. Well, I don't know how much he's going to hang out with us because he's a lot cooler than us. But Michael Stoffergen is going to be with us. He's staying with us. So he'll probably be hanging out. We're going, I don't know if he's going to be there in time. I should message him about Hershey Park. I don't think I did.
Huh? We're sending it out.
Yeah. Actually, you should message him because I think we have to register him because he's in our booth.
Oh, for crying out loud. I just did you and Elijah yesterday.
I'm sorry. Now we're having a work meeting and a podcast.
Okay.
We should we should say bye. Should we say bye? I don't know.
Should we? I don't know. I mean, we were up to like 13 viewers, so it was kind of awesome.
Now we're down to 9, so maybe it's time to end before it gets worse. I don't know.
People are going to start dropping like flies.
I was trying to make it like an official hour episode, you know? So I was trying to drag on the last 10 minutes. But no. I think it's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of cool people there. And I can end it 5 minutes before an hour. What do you think, Brian? We out?
Sure, we good.
I actually got a crate to pack, so I should probably go because Elijah's trying to do it
do.
by himself. So
I gotta get it scheduled to be picked up. So
we will see you guys at the East Coast Christmas show. And hopefully I see you in my class. And hopefully you're the one who wins the tree.
Stop by the booth and say hi.
Stop by the booth, say hi. We'll be giving away t-shirts while they last. So get there fast. And there'll probably be some other giveaways and prizes and stuff like that for coming by in Matto's swag. So pack your Matto's swag with you. and you can win some stuff. Most likely. If you show up in a Matto shirt, hat, real shirt, not the sticker stuff in Florida, which I thought was hilarious. But real Matto swag. We will give you a prize, guaranteed, because you spent money to buy our stuff and wear it. So we will give you something for free. So stop by our booth. We will see you next weekend at the East Coast Christmas Show. Everybody have a good Easter. Happy Easter. That's Sunday, right?
Oh, it's on 420 too, so it'll be a really high Easter. I just wanted to throw that out there. And it's a full moon on Easter as well, so that's like a trifecta.
You can't like Easter's like a very important holiday. You can't tie in bullshit with it.
Well, I'm stating a fact. It's on April 20th, which is known as.
And if I don't make it home from Philadelphia, you know why? Because he's going to say something in public that's going to get me in trouble.
Oh,
anyways,
you'll be fine. I promise.
And he's not wearing Chief stuff for my own safety. We'll see you guys in East Coast Christmas show. Later.
Love ya.